Hi, I'm Asia, and I'm doing my presentation over child abuse in Greene County, Missouri. So just a few key things about Greene County. The population as of 2014 was 165,378. Of those, 88.7% were white, 4.1% were black, and 10% were other. Children less than 5 made up 6% of the population, and children ages 5 to 17 made up 18.3% of the population. The average household size was 2.14, with the median rent being $668 and the median household income being $32,500. Percent of persons in poverty in Greene County are 26.4%. As we know, many people above the poverty line struggle as well. Within Greene County, I know Springfield is full of food deserts, and homelessness is a huge issue. And with if the house has no vehicle, getting to work in the store, places like that are going to be very difficult when the people in poverty are secluded. Knowing the information about Greene County, we'll discuss child abuse within Greene County. So in 2014 alone, there were 4,605 reports. 84% children were white, 13% were black, and 3% were other. 53% of abused children were male, and 47% was female, so gender was about equal, even though we typically think of girls being abused more often. So the age of referral, the most common age was 0 to 3, and then the second most common was age 4 to 7. The most reported types of abuse were chronic neglect being 38%, drugs and alcohol being 29%, and protective custody being 16%. The other 17% was made up of physical abuse, sexual abuse, abandonment, medical neglect, educational neglect, and emotional abuse. So the most common, chronic neglect, that includes things such as failure to thrive. So I've included a photo of a child who was suffering from failure to thrive and luckily was able to recover into a healthy baby. A lot of times that's not the case. And then the second most common was drugs and alcohol. So within the controlled substance referral, about 42% were meth related. So as we know, meth is a huge issue in Greene County, Missouri. 26% were prescription related, 20% were marijuana, and then the other 12% made up alcohol, heroin, cocaine, bath salts, etc. So what happens to the children in regards to child abuse and permanency outcomes? About 42% are adopted or put into child foster care. 33% were unified, and the others were either old enough to become independent or placed under other guardians. So in regards to perpetrators in Missouri, 67.3% were between ages 20 to 39, 77% white, and 15.9% black, 54% male, and 43.8% female. We likely think of perpetrators as being emotionally disturbed, but they are normal people you interact with every day. Only 14.6% had apparent mental/emotional disturbances, 16.9% had a history of criminal behavior, and 14.4% had drug-related problems. So within the overall problem of child abuse, typically an unrepresented phenomena is sex trafficking because it is so underreported and hidden, but it happens everywhere, including Greene County. In 2015, KSPR brought light to human trafficking in an interview of a woman who had been involved with Go 61, which is an organization that helps women in the Ozarks escape human trafficking. She claimed that 110 to 120 girls are for sale for commercial sex in any given week, and you can call and order a girl for sex and get her to your place quicker than a pizza will arrive. There are resources for children, families, and communities involved in child abuse in Greene County. One Greene County initiative includes Kids in Court, which is an advocacy for children over 12 to give them an active voice in the courtroom. Another is the Child Advocacy Center. I interned there for one semester and learned about the entire process and probably watched over 100 interviews and met many children. They offer forensic interviews in a safe, comfortable environment, safe exams, care exams, and a place for the multidisciplinary team to meet and coordinate. So they also offer resources for children and families for further assistance. So things that are already being done to combat child abuse, there is a child abuse and neglect hotline, which is a toll-free number where you can confidentially report suspected child abuse and neglect. Other foster court improvements taking place, and the road to reunification was developed in Greene County. They're ambassadors for children. They provide services and support the abused and neglected children in the community. There are court-appointed special advocates for children. CASA Southwest is a nonprofit that trains and supervises volunteers that are selected by the judge to be a voice for children in court. Harmony House is a crisis intervention and emergency shelter primarily focusing on women of victims of domestic abuse and the children. Isabel's House is a crisis center of the Ozarks. Anyone can seek refuge for children. The focus is on the child and allowing them the best opportunities. There is also an Office of the Child Advocate. They are the agent for accountability regarding the Children's Division. And lastly, there's the Victim Center. They counsel and support the victims, both children and adults, and they also put on Kids Court, just put on twice a year. I went to Kids Court and sat in with the children. They were allowed to ask questions, take pictures with the judge, and taught the truth chair. And the aim is just to inform children about what to expect and lessen any worries that children and the parents may have. The parents get to go through relaxation techniques, and both the parents and children get to speak with prosecuting attorneys and judges and meet the bailiff. In all of this, the role of Child Protective Services is very important. They are heavily involved in the cases of child abuse. They receive the hotline reports and are required to follow up on these to get whomever involved. They are basically the glue holding the whole system together, and they are the first person that interacts with the family, and they use their discretion throughout the entire process.